Hello, YouTube. Welcome to Hackmed Gaming. I am Hackmed. We are back with some Out of Ore Season 2. Sorry for quite a few days here with nothing. The beta came out, and I started trying to get the wheels redone. And then I actually took Friday off, and I had to replace the wheel bearings on the truck, which shouldn't have been bad. But like I said in the past, my father-in-law is like 78, and he's living with us. And, he's got, I'd say, just beyond mild dementia. But he had, we were getting him physical therapy set up for home therapy, and we had a visit from them. And of course, we was getting up, and he fell, twisted his ankle. We didn't know if it was broke or whatnot. So we had that, and then we had, that was PT. Then we had OT coming out, and she was a little bit late. So that pushed me back working on the freaking truck. And then after that, we decided to get mobile x-ray out. They came out to x-ray it, and we had to wait for the results of that. And I was supposed to go out to his to his post office, and get his tax stuff so we could get that done. None of that happened. It was just a lot. And then this weekend I was trying to do some other stuff too during the day and get him better. Ended up being, we finally got the results next day. And of course the results were like really weird because he's fractured that ankle in the past and has hardware in there. And they was like, oh, it's fractured. Like, oh, we got to go to the hospital. And then after we finally talked to some other doctors, my wife is a nurse, an RN, and she runs a home health company here. Not owned, but just, she's the boss of home health care and stuff. So she got a hold of some of her people, and they were referring to the old fracture. So we just spraying it, and oh, it's been a day. But I'm back. I think I got all the wheels set up. Since we only unlocked the left, I'm just gonna have the left unlocked. Whatever. And I think the other changes is for all the wheels except for heavy equipment and debuff, I'm gonna roll twice. There's just so much stuff, and as I'm sitting there looking at it, assuming I never got nothing, I'm gonna be 30 episodes in before I have a chance to get everything unlocked, and I think that's just gonna take a little too long. So yeah, let's get onto the wheels. All right, so our first one's just gonna be our daily debuff, which I did see that when I was redoing the wheels. The road breaking down is also on. Oh, Jesus. Is also on the daily debuff. So we could lose our main road for a day or for an episode. All right. So we get to roll twice and we get both of them. And it's been a couple days. What was our last one we had? Okay. So I guess that kind of works out. So we're just going to get one. Unless I roll nothing again. What did we have last episode? Huh. Very interesting. And I'm counting the wheels rolling, spinning twice, on the same episode. Like I just rolled nothing. That don't mean nothing. It's from last episode. I don't remember what we had, but it doesn't matter. Okay, had to make a few adjustments. One of the wheels I forgot. I didn't put switch the link to it to get the right stuff, and the debuff we're good with. So let's do our conveyor wheel and spin away. 2 spins for this. We're gonna do 2 spins for a conveyor, 1 for power, and 2 for power and 1 for the production stuff. All right, we get a down 8x6, and I have to write this down because I'm gonna not remember. And a dump deck. Okay, well, not the hopper I'm looking for, but luckily we have 2 hoppers, and every time we don't get what we want, we have a chance of getting it the next episode. All right, so now here's our production. This is just gonna be a 1 spin on this guy. This is gonna be some sort of equipment that hopefully we need. Cone crusher. Not important now, but we don't have the conveyors to set it up anyway, so not a big deal. And then last, 2 rolls on our power wheel, so we can see what we get here. Um, okay, well, we got a big generator. Smaller one would be nicer, but I ain't gonna complain too much. Come on, power pylon. Perfect. All right. Cool. So we have a generator, which probably expensive, and we have a pylon to be able to connect stuff to. All right. Well, let's get back into it. Let's pick up where we left off. We just bought the smelter. Found that nice little cute honey hole of stuff. Not lithium, iron, and all that good stuff. So that was exciting. Forgot to plug my joystick in, so just doing that now. So how's everyone's day going? Or night or morning? Hope it's going pretty good. Oh, you know what? I did forget one more important thing that, so, make sure it was right, looks right. Let's spin that guy up. And give us something good. EX200D. I'm just going to write that down. There. So now, I remember what I unlocked. And we'll remove it. All right. Not that we can afford it, or probably have a use for it at the moment, but at least we got it. All right. So, ideally, I think we need to work on making money. I mean, I guess realistically, it didn't matter how much we unlocked of stuff that's useful to us, because we don't have any money to buy anything with. But that's all right. Wow, look at that big old dark spot right through there. Not the roller. I was hoping for the roller. I really am. But we'll just work on making some money here. And I don't know why these trucks feel harder to drive than they did in the past. Maybe I just got used to like the 300, 2, 400s. I don't feel like they were this weird to turn before. I'm sure it's me. I'm about 90. No, I'm probably about 100% sure it's me. It just feel different. All right, let's get on there. Yeah, I was really hoping to get at least a hopper. All right, we're going to continue just digging out this. And this is just going to become our first cut. I'm going to, instead of being over there, we're just going to start here. And we'll probably cut it pretty much from the edge of this dark spot here. We'll just cut it right around over to, and then, you know, have a big U-shaped cut, I think, for now. Let's see, we're about on the edge, so let's pull up a hair. Okay, we'll try that. All right. And focus check. Okay, there we go. feel like I'm out a little too far. Alright, let's start unloading. I feel like the truck might be out a little far too, but no, I think we're alright. Let me think here. How are we doing this? I think we were just kind of staying where we're at and scooping this way like so. But yeah, how have you guys been enjoying the new equipment? I'm sure it brought back a lot of people that were kind of waiting for it. I made that one little video the day that it came out, and I haven't even really had time to play with this a little too much, so I wanted to get into a little, maybe more deeper dive of it and try some things and some testing, so I think I'll end up doing a little video on that. Just to kind of test in my own way and test stuff that I kind of have on my mind with it. And if you have any suggestions of stuff you want me to test, throw them down in the comments. Let me know. I'll see about adding them. But first and foremost, I needed to get some content on my on season 2 here. So this is where I'm at. So far, from what little bit I played with it and kind of heard about it and stuff like that, and some people in the Discord talking about it, looks cool. I like it. I think it's going to help out a lot. Like I said, I still kind of wish there was a little more automation. Like I said, like the smelter and stuff like that. But, you know, it's not like a deal breaker. I still have to look and figure out maybe a few more things here to add to our, you know, things that we have to do to get to the next tier. I haven't really looked too much at it yet. I haven't been super worried about it because at this point, I don't have a rush to get to the new tier. I mean, not to mention I need a roller to even start the process. But yeah, so we're going to do a little digging here and again, try to make some money so we can start buying stuff. Need to take a look. What is EX200? So that is the one I have now. 2.1 yards. 2.2. So really, like, I don't understand what is the 140. That's weird. The power left horsepower now is kilowatts. Is that how that really is? I don't think so. Yeah, see, like, I don't understand some of this equipment, and maybe I'm missing something. Like, there's like no benefit to spend over $100,000 more for this than this that I can see. 140, 140. Everything's the same except it has what? 0.1 yards more? 38,801, 38. Yeah, that's weird. So essentially we didn't unlock anything. I mean, I guess a nicer looking machine. That's about all I can kind of see. Now I wonder, besides, bug fixes and stuff like that, what is the next content they're planning on doing? I'm not a game developer at all, right? But here's something that nobody asked for, my take on it. I know they're planning on going to Unreal 5, right? And I know Unreal 4 to Unreal 5, there's a lot of stuff that, easily converts and stuff like that. I don't know if all the plugins they're using just easily convert or not. And, I've been around the world long enough to know that usually when somebody says, oh, it's easy and no issues, there are issues. One way or the other, there's some sort of issue. I would think myself personally that my first goal would be to get on your so-called final engine, right? Like, I would think Unreal 5, in my logic, would be one of the first things you want to do. Just because you're adding all this stuff to Unreal 4, which is even more to port over, and that's just more opportunities for stuff to break or go wrong. And like I said, I could be totally wrong. This is just my common sense, logical brain, how it works. So I would think that you'd want to get onto Unreal 5. So then as you add this stuff, you only got to work on the bugs once. I mean, essentially, not talking about something else coming in, breaking something else, but like the engine's going to transfer easily, all right, which may be the case, but does that mean all the plugins that they use are going to transfer? I'm wondering. And you never know, maybe they have the Unreal version 5 already, being worked on, and they're doing their own quiet internal testing with stuff, like maybe they have it and they just ported this over to it now, and now they're gonna see how it works. But I just feel like even if that was the case, it just feels like some wasted resources. But I'm not a game dev, this is just my uneducated thoughts. But yeah, anyway, I would myself, if I was gonna do it, I would think I would want to get onto the engine that I plan on, using, and then add all the stuff to that and deal with it. But, they know more than I do. That is for sure. They are definitely not going to take advice from one little old me. I'm a nobody. And they ain't gonna, they're going to do what is best for them or what they think works the best. So, and that's totally fine with me. But I wonder what is next. Barring aside my feelings that it should just be Unreal 5 sooner than later. I feel like, and here's another reason why. Okay, they're planning on adding modding support to the game, as far as I understand. And from what I've heard, it's more or less just going to be like vehicles, if I heard correctly. Not going to be like game-changing mod support. Does that mean they will come or not? I have no idea. But either way, and I don't know how the modding works in Unreal 4 to Unreal 5. Is it different? Is there a lot to change? Me personally, I think you get on Unreal 5, you get modding next. And this is not counting fixing bugs, fine-tuning stuff like that's. I'm not referring to like that kind of stuff. That should always obviously be being dealt with, just from the aspect of content-wise. Because then you can not only, I feel like, take your time a little bit more with getting whatever content you want out. Not that they're doing a bad job with what content they release. Like, I haven't heard a lot of bad things or anything about the new production, or I'm seeing some patch notes here and there, fixing little, bugs and stuff like that, which is fine. But it really, I think it helps keep people playing the game in the game if they want to do mods. Not everyone enjoys doing mods, putting mods on their computer. It's kind of mixed, but you get to Unreal 5, get the mod support in, and then start releasing the content as planned. I don't know. That's just my thought. I mean, for example, look how many, and they know this, and this isn't a knock on these devs or any devs for that matter, but how many modded, supported games pretty much alive or carried because of the mod. And there's a lot, and I think that's a great thing. One, it gives us modders, and they do amazing things, and they do cool things. Sometimes you see games, like Farming Sims 1, there's a ton of mods for it, right? It's super popular, ton of mods. And the next, version of the game, sometimes they add those mods into the game and make them permanent, so to speak. At least what that mod was doing. Sometimes they work great, sometimes you still download the mod for it. But Escape Simulator, that's another one. I absolutely love that game. That game is a blast. If it didn't have, and this ain't really mods, but it's still creation in the game beyond what they're doing. But if they didn't have all the player-made maps and, escape rooms, that game would have nowhere near the hours I have in it. Once I beat the game, it would have been done and over, because not a whole lot changes from episode to episode. The first House Flipper, there was tons of mods for that too, and I played it. My wife played it a ton. I don't think she would have the hours she had, and it wasn't for the mods. Just like Sims 4, I don't know. She, like I said, we redid her computer up and stuff, and she had to put new windows on it and all that. And she's been downloading mods like crazy the last 5-6 days. Get her Sims back. But Sims is great, but if you watch most content creators or most people that really play it, hardcore on PC at least, they're usually always using mods. It adds so much to the game. And it surprises me EA even allows mods. To be honest with you, but that's just me. I think they're greedy and would rather just take the money for themselves, but yeah, so anyway, get mod in here, then mod support, and I think that, you'll start getting content, a lot more content in here that you don't have to worry about rushing out, or, you can tell, and not just this game, any game, especially early access, even though this isn't technically, early access, it's in early access again, essentially, with the new changes they're making. But you'll watch the player count be high, and then as that content patch, that they just released, kind of gets played out and played, it kind of drops back down. And then new content patch comes out, and player count will jump up, and then it slowly fades back down. So it almost is like a, just like a roller coaster. You go up and then you go way down. And I feel like modding support, especially if it wasn't just vehicles, if it was full modding of the game to change stuff like that, you're still going to have that drop off, I think. But I feel like it would be either slower or it would, kind of bottom out less. But again, this is just all me, and I'm a huge supporter of mods. I'm a huge supporter for games like, Escape Sim, that they let players build maps. It adds tons of content to the game that the devs don't have to do. It is a headache for them, because when shit breaks, they look at the devs, and the devs can get blamed for it, even though it's not their fault. So I understand the headache of it, just with that aspect. And I see it with my wife talking about stuff not working. I'll be like, yeah, it's probably a mod. She's looking it up, and they're all on EA forum, bitching and complaining. Oh, my game lock up, game won't break. And first question, are you modded? Yes. Okay, take out your mods. Does it work? Oh, yeah, it works now. But yeah, anyway, that's just my 2 cents. I think it should go Unreal 5 if they're indeed still going to switch, and then get some modding support in there for new vehicles, so mods or modders can start making new vehicles and start doing that, and then, you know, continue with a lot of the content you want. And honestly, another cool thing about that is, you know, modder makes, you know, whatever, some dozer. We'll just say a dozer. I don't know why, but, and it's a hit. You know, it's huge, it's awesome, it's good. And put it in the game, you know, and stuff like that, or they can kind of get feedback on the game that I think is more natural feedback than, you know, maybe somebody, for example, just kind of mad about something, and, you know, then the feedback's a little spotty because they're more angry and just voice an opinion. But, you know, they can look and see how many times this mod's, like, maybe someone puts a trucking mod in there. I don't think this will be the case, but they put a trucking mod in there and it works fine. There's no bugs. And the mod works great. No issues. Nobody downloads. I mean, that would kind of tell me, all right, I still want to do trucking as a dev. That's still part of what I want in my game. But I think I had it here, you know, to do 2 content patches from now. Maybe I'll move to like the 3rd or 4th, because I see that the drills that these modders are creating, you know, really popping off. So that's going to tell me people want drills over trucking for the most part. And I could be, like I said, I could be 100% wrong. This is kind of my feeling and just something talking about, you know. Got to fill this dead space while you dig a hole. I guess you don't have to, but I like to. It's kind of funny how far a conversation just stemmed, right? From me going, I wonder what's next on their notepad, their little checklist, a little board of the game. Like, what do they want to work on after they're done fine-tuning and getting conveyors and bugs or whatever's happening all fixed. I still wonder, though. Somebody might know. They might have said. I don't really keep up a lot of times on a lot of, like, the news and stuff. I read, depending on the game. Like this game, I read every Friday. I read the dev blog. It's linked in my Discord, like it has its channel, so that every time they post an update and subscribe it goes right to the Discord, so anybody in my Discord can see it that might not be in their Discord for whatever reason. But sometimes, you know, I don't watch 100% of everything and stuff. I don't like to know everything that's happening, just because it becomes a pain in the butt. Multiple reasons, right? Like, you might, you know, have dev's phone number and you're texting a dev and he's like, oh, yeah, we're doing this next. And then you bring it up. You're like, oh, okay, I'm allowed to talk about it. So, you know, I think next is going to be this. And someone's like, oh, no, it's not. You know, it's just the arguments that come from it. And stuff changes. A lot of the information is just, I like to just, when it comes out, it's here. That's what we're working on, too. But, you know, again, that's me. Well, anyway, yeah, like I said, it's been a week. It has already been a week. Tell you this though, taxes are coming back quick. Holy cow! I don't know if anyone else is having the same kind of luck, but we filed ours. When did we do that? Would have been last Sunday, so about a week ago. We just got our federal back today already. It took 8 days. And I wouldn't even count Sunday just because we did them late at night. So that's good. And I have been also, more pointless information you don't care about, but I've been trying to learn DaVinci Resolve a lot more, like in depth. I want to be able to when so some of the videos I edit, or when I edit, or when I make something like the trailer, you know, that was my first real big, you know, kind of edited thing for season 2. It was something I had fun with. I thought it was enjoyable, and it was learning. Definitely did it have room for improvement? Oh, without a freaking doubt, I'm sure it did. I am 6 months into my YouTube content creation career, and that puts me 6 months into DaVinci Resolve with little to no, you know, real editing of things here, a little bit here and there. So I really haven't had a lot of practice. So I've been doing some boot camps and stuff, free boot camps for that matter. Learning it a little bit and kind of learning some new cool things. So as I've been learning, I've been working on like a new little intro again. Yes, I know I'm 6 months in content creation. I've already had 2 new intros and working on a third. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I don't think you guys probably care. Most of you guys probably fast forward it anyway. But maybe something I'm enjoying. Good practice. I'm definitely a hands-on learner, and I like to. That's the hard thing about me learning, right? Like, because I can't just sit there and watch a video telling me step by step how to do it. I have to watch a video, kind of get an idea, get a starting point, and be like, okay, all right, so you know that's how. Let's here's the basic concept how this kind of works, and then I'll pause the video and then I just go through and I'll just play, just dabble around, mess around, play around, see if I can't figure it out myself from there. And then I either figure it out or I don't, and I either hit play on the video and get to where I need to go, or I figured it out. And then, you know, once good, I'll play it and I'll keep watching it just because you never know what kind of tips and tricks and pointers get brought up. So I've been working on that, trying to edit a little bit. Like I said, even though I don't know what I've done here. Because I got these here. Where are these going? I got them 2 there. I got them 3 there. I don't know why I have these ones here. Like, it doesn't... I don't know what I did. I know I originally looked at, and I was like switched the roads around a little bit. And I think, let's do some of this too. We need to do some digging and make some money. But at the same time, let's get this road a little bit better marked, because definitely having issues staying on the road, finding the road, all sorts of things. And this start don't help. I have pylons here. I have pylons coming from over there. Can't tell you why. Just kind of mark out a little bit of a road here. I remember I was driving back and I went, oh, wow, that way, why am I going over there? It's way quicker. And I don't know if that's what this was. Like this was the quicker way instead of going way over there. I'm not sure. So I'm just going to mark this here, level this out, go up a little bit, just drop like one thing of dirt there to help mark it the whole way. And then go from there because, yeah, it's getting... I didn't buy more pylons, did I? I bought the smelter, which I need to go put down and start that right away. Thank you for reminding me. Can't take a 4 or 5 day break from recording on this. My memory's not good enough for that. I still got to get in Discord and get multiplayer version of this map being played. Got some people that want to play some farm sim, so I got that map. Well, we're gonna do logging. Got that set up. I got to get that going, and there's not enough time. Not enough time in the day. Not to mention, I have an idea for a series too. I want to do it involves out of ore, possibly. I'm not going to go into details on the series because I'm not going to give away my idea yet. It's going to take collaboration, first and foremost. So that's the hardest part, is I need to find people to collaborate with. Next hardest part of my idea is how to record the content for the collaboration for the people in it. I said, because it'll be multiple, hopefully. And not that I know anybody to do it yet. I mean, I'm still at just me right now. But I do know that it's going to take people. Be nice if to have 8 total or 7 extra if you're not counting me. But I would like I said, implement this idea and kind of make a cool little mini series, so to speak, and stuff. So I've been kind of working on that in the background, and I need to get a hold of some people for that. I think it'll be fun. I think so. I definitely want to do it out of ore. We'll have to, if I can get people on board that want to do it in collab, we'll have to talk and see if out of ore right now will be the best one for what I want to do. And no, I'm not talking about the role playing stuff that I've talked about like last season a lot. I do want to do that, but I don't think we're ready yet in out of ore, at least. I think we need to get them roles working and more of the extra content, the trucking, trains, or whatever's going to be coming. But I think it'll work for out of ore. But it's hard. It's hard to try to collaborate, right? I have to find you have to find people that can, record, let alone one person. You got to find 7 other people that can do a recording at the same time. To get everybody on board, figure it out, to kind of, get your idea, see if they're on board. And then it's hard as like me, a nobody content creator. I can't go to a bunch of people, that have thousands of subs, like, hey, I want to collab with you, because I don't want to get my views that way. I don't want to get my views and my subscribers from another subscriber, oh, they're playing with him, that's cool, let's do it. Like, I want to get them because people found me, or someone suggested me, or they just enjoy my content. And if that comes from another streamer that's huge, or a content creator, that's fine, that's great. But I don't want to, like, put myself in front of somebody that has, who knows, 5,000, we'll just say 5,000 subs, and then get them for that reason. And that's just me as a person, right? Like, I'm not huge on on handouts and learned a lot of things in my life. I mean, I'm not that freaking old. I'm about to be, what, 42? Old enough where I don't remember, but I think the birthday's in a couple weeks, and yeah, 42. Okay. But I do know that usually the easy way never works out. Right. Never works out. Not just in general, like stuff won't work out, like it for yourself. I mean, and I'm sure not everybody's this way, but for me, like I can't just get something handed to me like of that scale and just be like, yeah, I'm fine with it. I don't care how I got it, I got it. Especially in a YouTube, scenario. Like trading views, you find, other content creators, oh, let's trade subs. Let's trade subs or trade views or, whatnot. Trading subs definitely don't work. Right? Like, I give you 100 subs, you give me 100 subs from your viewers, yada, yada, yada. That's great, but then viewers ain't going to come watch the content. They just did it because their streamer told them to. Maybe you get a couple out of it, but that'd really be it. So not worth it. Subs are great. Subs are nice. They definitely help. But the whole system has kind of switched. They are really, the algorithm really works more towards retention. How you may have 1,000 people that watched your video. They only stayed in there for 10 seconds or a minute. Doesn't matter. The views aren't as big. So stuff like that don't work. But yeah, so it's just hard as a little guy right now to try to go in and find somebody that can, one, record all the same time, let alone 7 people. I'd like to involve people that have a lot of subs. But I don't want to rule them out, but I don't want, it's just a lot, just how I operate personally. I want to be fair to them too, because what are they going to gain? Like, what do they get from it? Like, it's one thing, I'm going to do it just to be nice, and I get that. That's nothing wrong with that. I get it. Yeah, let's do it, whatever. But I like everybody to gain from it. So I'm trying to work on that and trying to figure out the best way to go about that system. Just cut you down. I think that'll make it a little easier. You know what I should have put on them freaking wheels? Wild card. Like one wild card, and you have to remove it. Like one piece of equipment that you want. All right, so it goes over there next. This is a little detour now because we found all that iron and stuff. Which actually, I'm digging that coal. It might not be a bad deal just to come up here and do some good old labor pickaxe stuff. To be honest with you. I don't know what this stuff sells for. And I don't know, do I want to sell it? That's the next thing. All right, let's smooth this out here. I think this will be good. We'll do drop there, drop here, and a drop here. And we'll work on this a little bit every time. I don't want to spend too much time doing this because You just never know what equipment I get next episode. And if I get the roller, then I can do this with the roller and be a lot quicker at it. But if I don't get the roller, then I have a little bit done, and I can go a little bit every episode till I get what I need. But we have showed that smoother road really helps the speed and stuff, which is important. All right, there we go. Just smack this on the way back. I think we'll put one like right here, just so we kind of see the corner. All right, here we go. And I think before we bother hopping in there and getting that to the coal plant, let's run back over here and let's drop our smelter down and start smelting the stuff at least. That way we can at least have it going. And we'll see. We'll see what it sells for. If I remember right, lithium sells for a decent amount. I have a lot of fill here. I gotta fill like this kind of this whole valley in there a little bit. That's funny with the dump deck, because I made the video when it came out, you know, like, oh, and I was trying to figure out, well, how are we gonna dump stuff in? It said dump decks in the patch notes, but I think they forgot to put them in like hour after I recorded that and posted and had it all edited and posted it already. They're like, oh, we added the dump decks. I'm like, yeah. Oh well. All right, let's get our smelter down. This probably ain't gonna be where it's gonna stay, obviously. For now, I think this will work. All right, so does it still pull out of the inventory? Assuming it does. What do we got here? Iron ore. Let's... It does. Okay, which is fine. Aluminum ore. Yes. And lithium ore. That's the other thing, right? So what do we... Under workbenches? So we're going to have to get some of these. Processed fuel. And I don't know if I really put the oil derrick on a list of unlockables. And can you make this? Can you make the oil derrick with any of the workbenches? I'm going to guess not, because it is a workbench. Like, you can't make any of this. So I'm going to have to add that to the list. I don't really have any of this stuff on a list. I think I just... had it all locked. I haven't bothered getting this yet because I haven't really been hitting a whole lot of pay dirt. I mean, I got 47 on me. So this might be something we buy pretty quick and start stockpiling fuel for the generator. All right, we have to consider that. I think that might not be a bad idea. And now we have to maybe right here. This might work. I want to build a little power plant for the conveyors and stuff. So that might be right here. Again, a dozer would help us with this to get it down and flat. We can come right over from here. Push that way. That'll help build that up a little bit. Okay. We'll figure that out. Maybe I'll add that to part of the moving on to the next tier. Like I said, I'm looking for objectives that I need to do because I feel like it's a little light right now. I feel like I did that because it involves having to get a piece of equipment. I need the roller to complete it, and that could take, you know, with my luck, be the last thing I unlock. That's just how it goes for me sometimes. Just so slow. Huh. This whole system's gonna need some work. We're gonna have to figure something out for this. I don't feel like we're sloped that much. I mean, here we are starting to pick up some speed. Yeah, so next episode, if I didn't unlock the roller, I'll probably stop there and I'll do some of the same stuff I just did back there here. Just drop some little dobs of dirt and move it over. Smooth it out and go a little bit, and I'll come here and complete a little bit and just slowly tap it off until I get done. Or I get the roller and can do it all. Just that first part, so we may just need to, once the time comes, take away as much of the slope as possible. Which might be hard to do, but we'll figure it out. Whoops. Oh, come on. Come on. Hitbox a little big on that. Not to mention, I might be able to find a better road, right? Like, there might be a better layout do than what I kind of did here. So that'll be something we'll have to adjust. Like, maybe you just keep going straight across the top there, where it's kind of more flat, and just have one little section at the beginning where it's steep. Or we'll time it. We'll time the run and see how long it takes, and maybe the road that leads to there, it's a lot flatter. And then we just got the little curves there. Maybe that will be quicker, just due to how slow it is in the first half of this. I mean, luckily we don't, once we get some equipment, get a hopper at least, we can store this stuff. We don't have to, you know, like right now we're doing it, so we're not dumping it on the ground. You know, I can store the stuff up and then take trips here and there, not half and take trips so I don't have to dump it on the ground kind of thing. Not bad, not bad. Not a lot of money. Oh, God. Not a lot, but we're slowly getting more and more money. Yeah, the other truck goes quicker, too. Maybe I'm having the hardest time driving today. I don't know what is going on. We could always test the run. I might be able to do 2 runs faster with the other truck than one with this. Turn auto centering back on too. I like it in. Oh, I like auto centering stuff. Makes it easier. I don't like it on the loader, so. Like I said, you have to, like, you pull up and you're a little crooked, but you're aimed over it. You let go and it turns back or it bounces back. I really want to get a steering wheel. Like I said, I wanted one for a while, but I haven't kind of bit the bullet on it. I don't need nothing expensive. I don't need no direct drive. Just a little friggin' Logitech one be fine with me. I just gotta do that, but I think, unfortunately, my first thing I need to get is an office chair. I spend all day working in my chair, and then I spend time recording in my chair and editing in my chair, playing games either with friends, myself, or my wife in the chair, like a lot of time. And the chair's it's trash. I took it apart, I think it was Saturday. It's a mesh chair. I've always liked mesh because, like, pools, you know, with no build-up and stuff like that. But it stretches out. Even though I'm a bigger guy, I'm under the the weight it's recommended at, so I'll say that. But it stretches out, and then it starts going down, and like your legs push into the plastic to hold it up. So a while ago, I bought a little like memory foam cushion and put it underneath the seat, and that helped for a while. But I'm not a huge fan of memory foam, personally. So that started working. Then I put a pillow on top of it. I've been sitting on that, and obviously that's just going to stretch crap out more. So I got that going, and then I was like, all right, and I ordered a thing online, a cushion. Well, not that great. So I took the chair apart and put we have like older towels, like kind of garage towels, so to speak. Well, that's where they're gonna go, but fold them up, put them underneath that, put the old cushion on top of that, put the seat back on. Now I got the pillow and the other cushion I bought. Let's just say it's not very comfortable. It's time for a new chair. And I am sick of crappy chairs. I could have bought a really nice chair with the money I've spent over the years on crappy ones. Even though this one was like $350. Well, technically it was free. Yeah, Wayfair, warranty. I think I talked about it last episode. Warranty, they didn't have the chair anymore, so they just gave me money back after a year. So I've been researching chairs. And I'm not super excited. Just due to the fact that for the money, for a nice chair, I could easily get, fun stuff I'd rather have. New monitor, steering wheel, another Stream Deck, just a regular Stream Deck XL. more games, just pretty much anything else. But I'm also sick of being uncomfortable. You know what I didn't check? I didn't check the fuel in the truck. And you thought you think I would have, right? Just based on the fact that I got out of this that had the light on. You know, digging this way, I really could just pull the truck there. That'd probably be the smartest thing to do. Because I'm filling the truck off like the side before I fill it off the front, so. Let me fill it up from here right now. Then once the truck's full, I'll be able to drop it off and then park it behind it for the side. This little thing is bugging me. So we need what? Was it 32 for the oil derrick? Oh, here I am way over here again. Those habits. We definitely got enough for that. But I feel like that'd be that should be a thing we do. I think we should need to get the oil derrick bought and get some freaking fuel stockpiled, right? Nothing's worse than us gonna finally get the hopper and stuff to where we can actually have functioning wash plant, and we have no fuel. So I'm not buying the excavator. I have no need for it, unless there's a big difference and I'm missing it. Let me know, but like I'm not worth that much money for 0.1 yards extra. Or for the appearance, if that's the issue. Nice if we can. I think we'll be able to. Alright, now I'm gonna come over here because unfortunately don't want to get too far backwards and kind of mess up my little wall here of kind of straightness. Not 100%, but kind of. Come on, rotate up. I mean, actually, we're about done right here anyway. We're going to start curving it. Start curving it into our big cut. I feel like we can fit more up here. I'm already scooping too much dirt out of there. I don't need to be scooping. It's already starting to turn a little bit. this front corner here. I missed my big equipment from last season. Well, we got a hole going, so we got that going for us, right? We at least got something. We got our freaking mine officially started. I feel like that can take a little one more. Go. All right. So what do we got here? Man, it don't look too bad. I mean, I don't know how straight it is. I mean, it looks terrible right now. I definitely am really bad at it. I don't know. So bad at like getting nice level ground. I know it's hard to do with just one little tiny hole, but ugh, whatever. All right, let's so you're full, you're good to go. Let's find a spot to put our oil. Derek's at. That ain't gonna take a whole ton of work to get them there. I guess the next question is, do I need to be having barrels? Do I need to make barrels for that? If I need to make barrels, then I can't. No way in the world I'll be able to use fuel generator. I don't know how the derrick works, but I don't think of it. I don't know if did I buy it in the last season? I feel like I did, but I don't remember. Did it say? No, it doesn't say. I feel like I didn't last season. I bought it because I never bought it prior to that. I just don't remember if I had to put barrels into it for it to produce the oil. It makes sense that that's how it would go. And if that's the case, that takes what? Steel? I'm gonna have to figure that out then before I waste 32,000. Yeah, I'll have to see what I can do to figure that out. All right, so I guess I'm not worried about that. I'll see what I can find out on that, and if that's the case. If they don't need barrels, they just produce the barrel somehow. Awesome. We'll just start stockpiling oil. If we need barrels, then we can make barrels. Technically, right? Is it iron and coal? I didn't hit it in season 1, and I haven't played my solo in a while. What the hell happened to my wall? I'm afraid to put it in there. Iron and coal, yeah. So instead of selling the iron, I just got to get the workbench for it. Got coal. I don't. I got 811 of mine by hand. So say I got coal. I got iron. Can't buy it here. I don't even know which one it is. Mechanical. No, well, it's not that one. Steel roller. barrels. 12,000. Well, first, let me go through my rules. Let me make sure. I don't know if I ever put anything in for any of that. I don't know if there's a reason to have anything in for any of that. Like I said, I went to 2 rolls at the beginning because I feel like progression's a little slow. Like I did say at the beginning that we'll make some changes and do stuff to make it feel good, a little challenging, a little hard, still a little RNG here and there. But I also don't want to spend the next 20 episodes not having anything to build or produce other stuff with. So I'll take a look in the rules, and next episode, if we're good, if I think we're good with it, I'll probably go get that roller. I'll start making some barrels, get the derrick, and maybe I get the derrick first to make sure I need barrels. I don't know, and I hope that's it. Get the derrick first. We'll drop it down, look at it, see what we need. If it's barrels, cool. If not, we have a piece of equipment that we probably won't need for a long time. But either way, we'll have it. Yeah, we'll do that next time. We'll get this coal dropped off and sold. We may go up there and do some hand mining, depending on what we unlock. And I kind of feel like canceling all this. Do the lithium, aluminum, iron there. Because I feel like this sells for a lot. And I don't know what we're going to need it for anytime soon. Or where it's worth saving it for 28 bars. So that'll be some money for us for hopefully a roller, a loader. Can't do a dozer. No dozers unlocked till next tier. So that's the only reason to get to that. But we'll figure it out. So yeah, I'll look at the rules. I'll see what if I'm allowed to, if I put that I can't yet, and play it from there. If there's nothing in the rules, I'll figure it out. What we're gonna do, and probably get some, hopefully oil going, some fuel going, so we can prep for conveyor system, get a stockpile of that stuff. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you made it all the way through, I really appreciate it. That's what really helps push the videos out to other people and help us grow. If you like the video, hit that like button, leave a comment below, let me know what your thoughts are or anything else, and smash that subscribe button for me. I'd really appreciate it. It also helps out a ton. Discord in the description. Join in there. Never know who wants to play what. Not even just so much me, just anybody else. Good place to hang out and build a community there. And so far, it's been going pretty good. Thank you all that's already supported me. And have a wonderful night, evening, and morning. And I will hopefully see you next video. Bye.